Hello, I'm John, the Warhammer Modeler, and welcome to another video in my series of converting Karloth Valois. In this video, I'm going to be trimming his cape so I can fit him onto a base. I've decided to do this so I don't have to worry about any legs, they'll all be hidden underneath his cape. So for now, I'm going to start the first big cut of this conversion. So looking at the side here, what I want to do is get the base at about that level. So I'm going to trim off the plastic from around here. I'll re-sculpt it later on so it fits the base better, but I'll do a re-sculpting of various parts all at the same time because I'm going to have to fill this hole just here. So the first cut in the conversion is always the most painful one to do, just in case you ruin everything. But also, it's the most exciting because it's the beginning of the conversion. So, first thing I'm going to do is mark where I want to cut with my scalpel. Try and keep that as straight as possible over the whole thing. So I can see I'm going to be trimming this off, cutting this section off, and this section here. Now, I could try and work my way through it with a scalpel, but what I am going to do is use my clippers to clip it just short of that line, and then I'll tidy it up after. So, now I've done this, no going back. And let's do that one. Definitely no going back now. Now I've trimmed this off. So let's just start shaving that down. See, for now I'm quite happy with that. Let's get the base and see how this fits on. Now, as I can see, I've got to do the back as well, just here. So you can see where that's coming over. And let's have a look at the height, just to see how that looks. Okay, I'm quite happy with that. Got to tidy the front up a little bit. I might not actually need to do any sculpting. I'm going to tidy that up a lot more. I'm not going to worry about sculpting it. So let's carefully do each section here. Oh, I'm really happy with this now. Yeah, this has turned out better than I thought. I thought I was going to have to do some sculpting to tidy up the edge. That's not going to happen now, which is good. Save a bit of time, means I can carry on thinking further down the line for this conversion. I'm going to have to put a bit more glue into that bit. As you can see, that's unstuck itself. So what I will do, once I've tidied up this edge, just run a little bit of glue along that seam. There we go. And on that inside seam there. Okay, so I'm just going to hold this in place for now. Oh, I'm really happy with that. Not going to need any sculpting there. Now I'm looking at the back. What I want to try and work out is there a way I can put him onto here but keep some of the cape going over the edge, because I really like the idea of that going over the edge. I think all I need to do is trim this bit just here to make that level, then try and curve it up there a bit. So Let's have a look at this. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut from here, just mark it from there to here to take this whole edge off. What I will do is I'll use the clippers to do it quite quickly first. It's getting caught. I see. It's getting caught just on the inside there. So what I'm going to do is shave this away. Keep my eye on it while I do it, because I don't want to cut through the whole cape. So I'll do it with a bit of scraping. And it's getting there. Still. Okay, so I can see just there. Need to scrape a little bit away from both those edges. Right. So, what I want to do, I want to stick this to the base now. So it gives it time for the glue to go off properly. What I might do as well is take a little corner off the base as well. So let's see. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is just take that edge off there. Not a lot, just a little. So this sits better in there. There we go, that's what I want it to do. Just like, okay. So, now I've done that, I'm going to glue it down. Now, I'm going to have to let this glue go off because I did put quite a lot on there. All I'm going to have to think about sculpting is where this boot was. So on the Mephiston model, you can see the bottom of his boot comes out there. I'm going to have a look at the head, which I showed you in the last video. I've got the bat's head from one of the bats from Curse City. I want to use Mephiston's head. You'll notice I haven't trimmed down the collar yet or taken the arm off the model yet. I'm still not sure what I want to do with the arms, and the last thing I want to do is cut the arm off, then decide all I want to do is file it back. So I'm going to leave this on till I know exactly what to do. The collar I'll trim back when I'm happy with the head itself. So let's trim the head off the sprue and have a quick look at it. So the head itself, when it goes in, sits like that. And then the bat's head, let me just trim that from the sprue. Tidy it up. Oops. Now there is the stalk coming out of the back. Might leave that on to help me glue it to his head. Let me bring in the picture here. So you can see here we've got Mephiston's head. There's some pipe work and things which I might sculpt in. And we've got the bat's head on top. So having a look at how the bat's head fits on, I think that's going to look great, and it's going to fit just fine on the top of his head. I'm going to need to trim this collar now as well before I do it. So I'm just going to trim it off there and there. I'm going to use the clippers for this. I'm going to clip it slightly high. Always keep the little skulls and the little bits. So I'm happy with his collar now. Let's pop his head just in. I'm not going to glue his head in yet because I might want to reposition it. It sits quite nicely there. And the bat's head's going to sit on top. So what I'm going to do for now, I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the bottom of the tab here and just tack that onto the top of Mephiston's head. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So what I will be doing on the back, I'm going to sculpt the detail of the rest of the hat, which is why I'm not going to glue. Whoops. That's why I'm not going to glue the head in place, but I will just put it in place for now. Okay. So the head's not glued in place yet, but here you can see, let's bring in the picture here, his head with the bat head on top. I'm going to sculpt the tubes and things like that coming out of it. But yeah, I'm happy with that for now. Okay, I think that's it for this video. Obviously, over the series, we're going to have a look at different parts as I convert it. But for now, I'm going to leave it at this for a bit. I'm going to let the glue dry on the base and on the bat's head. And I'm going to have a think about what I want to do next. Okay, thanks for watching. I'm John, the Warhammer Modeler. Stay safe.